Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today we are in another topic that is motivation. This is a two-pronged topic. Usually most of the people see motivation as unscientific thing, but it can also be regarded as a scientific thing of which theories are to be learned today. Let's get started with the introduction of motivation. What is motivation? Motivation means it is a driving force that initiates and sustains behavior. Motivation is such a thing that is a driving force which makes you go towards one path or leave any wrong path or go towards a new path. That is a kind of motivation. It also means that if you have motivation towards something, you will adopt that thing, even if that is a wrong thing. If you have motivation about a particular thing, even if it is a wrong thing, many people say you don't go towards it, but if you get motivated towards that thing, you will adopt it. So why not change this driving force towards your success? That is going to be discussed in our today's lecture. It sustains our behavior. It makes our behavior complete and makes us behavioral about that particular thing. It is the internal or external stimulus that prompts individuals to achieve their goals and pursue their interests. Motivation is a positive force which is either from inside or from outside, which means that it is internal, which comes from within, and external, which comes from the outside factors, like someone gives you a positive lecture, or you are motivated towards something, someone gives you appreciation towards something, or you get benefits or remunerations about a particular thing. So that is your motivation. Motivation, as most of the people consider, is not something that someone gives you a lecture and you feel boosted about that particular thing, that I have got to do that. There is also something like someone gives you a better remuneration, someone gives you appreciation, someone gives you respect about doing a particular thing. So there will be also called some motivation. And that is why these all things that make you move towards doing something, these are called motivation. Like for example, a better job is your motivation, better pay is your motivation, much respect is your motivation, power is your motivation, or whatever factors that move you towards achieving a desired goal that you feel like this is for me, that is your motivation scientifically. Now it is internal, that comes from within, or external, that comes from the outside factors, like someone says you to do that, someone motivates you to do that, you see that this kind of job is perfect and the individual is spending quite a great life in this job. So that is external motivation that you observe and adopt, that this is my motivation. The motivation makes you achieve your goals, whatever desired goals you have, it makes you achieve them and pursue your interests too. Like you have interest in becoming a doctor, so you have the motivation of a person. This person is spending a great life, he has a bungalow, he has a car, and he has a great life, everyone respects this person, so that becomes your motivation. That individual, that factor, that lifestyle becomes your motivation to achieve a desired goal. Now let's move towards type of motivation. There are two types of motivation as discussed earlier. The first one is intrinsic motivation. Intrinsic, that comes from within, that comes from yourself. And the other one is extrinsic motivation, that is driven by rewards, punishment, etc. Let's first discuss the intrinsic motivation, that comes from inside of you, that arises from within an individual. For an instance, you see that an individual sees at their home there's much poverty, their lifestyle is too low. Someone sees that another person is living far better life with a great lifestyle than us, so it becomes the intrinsic motivation for a person to have such a great lifestyle that moves them to be a better person in whatever way. Like for example, if their lifestyle motivates them that this is a doctor and he is spending such a great life, so that person starts to work harder to become a doctor. And there is another one, that is extrinsic motivation, the motivation that comes from someone else, any other source, that is driven by rewards. For example, you are in a classroom and someone gives you rewards about it, that you have achieved A1 you have achieved A grade, so the teacher gives you rewards. And if you perform badly, your parents punish you. That is external, extrinsic force. And recognition, someone recognizes you for a good act, someone recognizes you for a bad act, and that also becomes an extrinsic motivation. And sometimes social pressure as well, someone presses you to move yourself upwards. You are in a society where all the people have a great job, and you are the only person who has not a great job, even though they don't say that you have to have the job like us, but it will be a social pressure on you to achieve a desired job like those people have, those individuals have. It may be effective in short term. The extrinsic motivation may be effective for a short term, but it's not for a long term. But may not lead to sustained motivation. The extrinsic motivation comes from just a short period of time. Like someone says you to become a CSS officer, he tells you about the motivations of it. He tells you that these are the great things in it, and those things you will have power, you will have your own bungalow, etc. You will have a better lifestyle. So that motivates you for a short time. When that person is away, when those factors are away, so your motivation just fades away. So extrinsic motivation is not that much essential as intrinsic. Have intrinsic motivation that motivates you all the time to perform better, to have better results in your life. Let's move towards our third thing, that is theories of motivation. A scientific perspective to this emotional or inspirational topic. First of all, we have a theory of Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs. That proposes that individuals fulfill their smaller needs before moving towards completing their higher level needs. Abraham Maslow narrates that the individuals try to complete their small needs, whatever they have, in order to go towards and move towards their higher level needs. Like, for example, the individuals would start to complete their small needs at first. They haven't eaten food, they will complete their food. Then they would think of having their own house if they are in a rented house. When the smaller needs are completed, they would move towards their higher and higher and higher needs. So first smaller needs should be complete in order to move towards the higher ends or higher needs. Needs are of everyone. Everyone is needy of someone. Some are needy of power, some are needy of money, some are needy of respect. Everyone needs something. So Abraham Maslow considers that first the individuals complete their smaller needs and then they move towards their high level needs. We have a second theory about motivation, that is Herberg's two-factor theory. It has two factors. The Herberg's two-factor theory has two factors. First one is hygiene factors. What are hygiene factors? It means the salary and working conditions. What is their pay, what is their salary, and what are the working conditions of a particular person that motivates them to perform better in their job or in the life as a whole. It can prevent dissatisfaction. The hygiene factors, which are the two factors of motivation, can perform to play a role as the cutter or the ender of dissatisfaction. Dissatisfaction goes, and it doesn't mean that that person is motivated. Now, dissatisfaction, hygiene factors include perform a role to end the dissatisfaction factor, but they do not motivate. Hygiene factors do not motivate, they just cut the dissatisfaction. And second one are motivator factors like recognition, achievement, respect, etc. These factors motivate a person to be better or to do better in their lives. Now, third theory is McClelland's acquired needs theory. Three acquired needs are in this theory according to Mr. McClelland. It is the theory, the need for achievement. First of all, he considers that a person's motivation is to the need for achievement, that he should have a sort of achievement, that he should tell the people that I am an able person in my life. Second one, the need of affiliation. The second thing that a person wants is that I should have affiliation with a greater person, with more powerful person, more powerful party, etc. And third thing he tells is the need for power. He says that I should have power. First, I should have an achievement, then I should affiliation. I should have affiliation with someone greater, and then the need for power. He wants to have power. Factors affecting motivation. There are a lot of factors which affect our motivation. Sometimes we are highly motivated, sometimes our motivation is too low, we are stressed, depressed, and anxious. Why does it happen? First of all, there are personality traits. A person's personality traits play a major role in making a person motivated or demotivated. Personality traits means what is the how does that person view a problem. If he has a small problem, some people become very anxious about small problems. Some people are very motivated, energized, and stable and resilient during the highest problems of their lives, and they can solve their problems in a jiffy with a calm atmosphere. Problems are for both the sensitive people and the stronger ones. But those who stay motivated, those who stay positive, great problems seem nothing in front of them. The second thing is learning and experience. Those people with a better learning and experience of life feel more motivated towards their life and they feel less depressed. Third thing is environment and culture. The environment of people make them able to find more satisfaction, more motivation in their lives. Now, to add further comments on this topic, an individual must be intrinsically motivated in order to perform in their lives. Even if it is a small thing, the most important factor that helps you to improve better, to perform better is you. If you are with yourself and you are helping yourself, then there's no issue in this world. So help yourself, be your own motivation rather than finding motivation in someone else like ideal people, etc. Learn from all the people. Explore, find, learn, experience the lives of a lot of people, not only through social media but also through the books. But then be intrinsically motivated that I have to do something. Don't be such a person who goes with the wind. Be such a person who is resilient, stick to your aims and perform better, because life gives you a lot of chances. But the one who stands for a perfect chance and he is not motivated through small things and he leaves his higher track, which is the most important motivation of their lives, that person loses. So find the way that is best for you. Someone says rightly that a ship without a rudder is nothing. A ship without the sailor does not go anywhere. A ship which is in an ocean and goes all the time, even if it runs for 100 centuries, because it has no destination, it will never reach to any destination. Make a perfect goal about anything. It is your class examination, your job examination, your entry test, your CSS exam, PCS exam, or anything. You have to be motivated by yourself that I have to perform better. Work hard, because in the Holy Quran, Allah Almighty says that I never waste the hard work of anyone. If you work hard for 5 minutes, that will be useful to you in such a condition which you do not know how much important that time was for me. Stay motivated, stay blessed. Allah Hafiz.